Hey, what is up guys, Epic Pokemon TCG here, and the lighting is kind of off in my room, but I checked it, you can kind of see me. I have Christmas lights going in my room, and I didn't want to turn on my lights or nothing, because it would kind of ruin the festivities since Thanksgiving is over, and I hope you guys had an awesome one. I don't want to make my room a little Christmassy, I guess. But guys, welcome to another edition of Storytime, I guess you would say. I kind of forgot about this series, to be honest with you, kind of embarrassing, but giving it some thought, I decided that I would go with another first, I guess you would say. But anyway guys, for today I've decided to go with my first Nationals. Now, if you ask me what year exactly it was that I went to Nationals, could not tell you. I want to say that it was maybe about 2010, 2011. I have the shirt in my closet and I'm too lazy to dig it out. But I think the one that I went to was after the year Puka won. I think it was when Luxchomp was just huge. I know it was huge for a couple years, but basically when Claydol was out and everything. So that was the year I went for the very first time. Now, it was kind of crazy because, you know, I haven't been playing that long, and, you know, I was still kind of relatively new to the game, and I was still basically in you know, training shoes, I guess you would say. I was going to say training bra, but that would be kind of weird. But, so, the idea was I was going to ride up there with Boyd, Josh, and Michael. There's just going to be us. That's it. Of course, as you guys can tell from the Nationals videos, if you saw them, if you haven't saw them, guys, there is about 13 or 14 parts of my trip to 2014's Nationals. It's pretty funny. It's one of my favorite videos, that little just set of them. But basically, we went from, I want to say, Denison, Texas to Indianapolis. And what we did was the first day we were going to knock out a pretty big chunk of the trip, and we're going to stop at a hotel that's kind of on the border of Missouri and Indiana, I think. I'm not sure. It's been a few years. But anyway, so we stopped at this hotel, and I play tested with Michael, I play tested with Josh, and then I had a fun game with Boyd because Boyd was just kind of going to walk around and just kind of chill. And what's funny is I lost all 3 games. I lost them. And my deck just wasn't running well at all. I was playing a Gengar list that was my own. And then I just got fed up, and I asked Josh, I was like, hey man, I was like, can you help me out with this? And he said, yeah man, sure thing. What do you need exactly? And I was like, well, can you just kind of give me some suggestions on what I should play in this? He said, yeah, I can do that. So I went and I took a shower, skipping all those details. And I got out, and he said, okay, so I pulled some stuff out of your deck, and I put them on the top, and then I pulled some cards out of your stuff that I think would work better with them. So I made the switches to the deck, I made the adjustments, got all that stuff figured out. Then I woke up the next day, and we went to the next hotel that we were going to be staying at, the actual one that we're going to be staying at for a few days. So we get all settled in and all that, we eat and whatnot, and we decide, okay, well, let's go to the convention center, because they had the free play night where you can just go in there and play test, have some fun, check out the venue, and, you know, just kind of get adjusted to the area and all that. So I went there, and I went to the free play room. Josh, Michael kind of branched out. So I'm kind of walking around, I'm all shy, I'm like this, you know, I'm kind of looking around at people. I'm like, oh shucks, these people are all strangers. And I didn't know what I was doing. So this kid just approached me, and he said, hey, do you want to play? And I was like, yeah, sure, I guess. So he's a nice guy. I think his name was Billy or something like that. I don't know. Something with B. Billy, Brandon. I don't know. Anyway, I was trying to remember his name. We're going to call him so-and-so. So I played so-and-so. I actually think his name was Billy. I don't know. I played this kid, and he was playing... Oh, God, what was he playing? He was playing Luxchomp, that's right. He was playing kind of a teched out Luxchomp, and it was a really close game, but I was hitting feigning spells like crazy, so I won it. And then I played a few other people, and I just kept winning and winning and winning and winning and winning, and I'm like, okay, this is cool, you know, I'm winning now, so that way when the tournament actually starts, I'm not going to do that hot. That was my mindset. So I played some people that I knew from around the Fort Worth area that I played with, and they're like, man, Dylan, this deck's pretty good, dude. You need to stick with this for tomorrow. And I was just thinking to myself, like, this thing's going to crap out. That's what's going to happen. This thing's going to crap out, and then, you know, we're going to be back to square one. Okay, so I have to say the fact that I'm struggling to remember things that happened, you know, maybe a few years ago. It's very sad. But anyway, guys, so we leave the playtesting area. We left pretty late, and basically, guys, if you have been in Pokemon for a long time and you've played at competitive events that have, you know, gone on for more than one day, you know that one thing that you don't necessarily ever get the true, absolute pleasure of if you're playing extremely competitively is sleep. All right. You know, yeah, occasionally you'll get those nights where you'll find out what deck you like, and you'll have fun with it, and you'll get it all figured out, and you'll get a good night's sleep. But for the most part, you know, that doesn't happen unless you're just extremely lucky. And I want to know your tricks. But so we left pretty late, and then we had to get up again really early for like registration or something like that. So we head to the hotel, and we're talking about how our decks performed. Michael and Josh are making some last-minute adjustments to it. I still actually remember what they played. Josh played Jumpla from Heart Gold Soul Silver. Basically, it's the exact same thing as Empoleon, just without the diving draw, less HP. And then it has free retreat, and he played it with the Luxray GL level X. Michael played Tyranitar Prime. And as you guys know, I played Gengar, right here. I will never take this deck apart. I will never take cards from it. I got it finished, and I'm keeping it that way. Because that deck just keeps these memories with me, partially. But so we all kind of just sit there and we talk a little bit, and then we go to bed. Wake up the next day, and we decide, okay, let's go get some breakfast. Because one thing I do recommend you guys do when you go to big venues like this is to eat. Okay, so I probably look a lot different now. It's been a few days since you saw the first part of this vlog, but anyway, guys, I got a haircut, all kinds of stuff, got sick, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I think I was talking about breakfast or something like that, I don't know. Anyway, so go eat breakfast, and, you know, everyone's over getting cereal and whatnot, you know, muffins, yogurt, blah, blah, blah. Well, the southern side of me comes out. Well, I kind of skip back a little bit. Anyway. So the southern side of me comes out when I look over, and I can see that you can get biscuits and gravy. So I'm walking around, you know, and I'm like, oh look, biscuits and gravy, and that part just came out, and it was embarrassing. Well, I honestly think that this biscuits and gravy is why I did so well. So I ate it, and then we actually went back to the hotel room, or we went back upstairs to the hotel room, finished getting ready, and we headed to the convention center. Now, last night, you know, I just saw the playroom. I didn't really see anything else, you know, nothing like that. Pretty sure the whole side of my face is blue. I have my TV on. Anyways, whatever. And so we get there, and they open the doors, and the guys, I walk into the actual main playroom. I mean, there's Pokemon banners everywhere. There's just the atmosphere just hit me in the face. I was just beyond myself at this point. I was like, oh my God. Because this was so awesome, you know, this room, and, you know, all the people around me, you know, we're all Pokemon fanatics, you know, it's just, it is insane. And guys, I was excited. I was very, very excited. It was beyond describable. So, we walk around, and a little bit later, my stomach starts hurting. And, like, I just feel this bubbling in my stomach. And I get this really, really sharp pain. I was like, oh, great. I gotta go to the bathroom. So, I'm not gonna detail it, but I run to the bathroom, and I get out, and then, like, 5 minutes later, I gotta go back to the bathroom, and I was like, yep, the biscuits and gravy have ruined my day. That's what I thought. Round 1 pairings go up. I walk over, I find my table, and I sit down. My opponent sits down. They're doing the announcements, and my stomach is bubbling. And all I can think of at this point is, I gotta poop. Basically. So, yeah, it was really bad. My opponent was, like, talking to me and everything, and I was just like, yep, that's cool, man. Yeah. Well, basically, like, I'm sitting there and I'm playing cards. I was like, so my opponent, I think I went first. And I just did my turn really, really fast. And he goes, he plays a rare candy, because back then you can just rare candy a Pokemon, just like that, and he just says, all right, I pass. So I start doing stuff, and like I'm playing cards, like, you know, I'm going that, I'm going grabbing that, grabbing this. I'm like, okay, I'm just doing all this crazy stuff, and there's cards everywhere. But I'm back. Anyway, so I'm doing all this stuff, and I turn to beat my opponent. And like, I was like, oh god. So I get up, and he's like, oh wait, where are you going? He goes, I wanted to play again. And I ticked off my opponent like really bad, because I was just like, man, I was like, I'd love to, but I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And he's kind of giving me this really dirty look, and so I go to the bathroom again, and then like I went 2 more times between that round, so I'm 1-0. And then the next round, I thought it was really funny. My stomach kind of calmed down, but the next round was absolutely hilarious. I think it was the second or third round. We're just gonna say second round for whatever. I walk over to my area. I'm actually in like the top tables, like the top 2 tables. So I thought that was really cool, you know. So I took a picture of the tables. I was like, hey, I made it to the top tables of, you know, nationals. You know, I just wanted to give myself somewhat of some accomplishments and whatever. So like, I'm walking to my seat. My seat's kind of in the middle of the table, and I hear this guy. Yeah, I'm from Boston. I'm like the highest ranked player in Boston. You know, I win every tournament there, basically. I mean, you know, it's pretty much. I'm just the best there, man. So I sit down, and he's like, "How you doing, man? Where are you from?" I was like, "Oh, I'm from Texas." He goes, "Yeah, I'm from Boston, man. I'm the best ranked player there. You know, I beat everybody." He's just going on and on. I was like, "Oh God." So we start playing. All right. Now, what I did to this guy was I basically bent this guy over, put my foot right between his cheeks, and it was bad. I mean, I stomped this guy absolutely in the next week. I mean, it was bad. I'm not sure why I was putting something between his cheeks, but you know, we're just gonna skip that. I didn't say that. But yeah, I just absolutely obliterated this guy. He's like, "What just happened?" I win all the time. You got lucky. And I was like, okay, whatever, dude. So instead of getting into it with this idiot, I just get up and I just walk off. Well, third round I win, and I'm still going to the bathroom at this point. Then I think I lost my 4th round. Yeah, I lost my 4th round, and then I won my 5th round and my 6th round. So, and actually the funny thing was every round except for my 1st round, I was in the top table. No, actually, 2nd round I was in the top, like the 2nd table, but like from then on I was in the very top table, the top table of my bracket, and it was great because I had this great feeling, you know, and I didn't know this because I was still really new to the game, but so like we got done, and I haven't really talked to Josh that much all day. I kind of talked to Boyd. I didn't really talk to Jarvis or anybody. Well, they were all just kind of standing around. They were talking and everything. Walking, hey man, how are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm 6-1. Everyone stopped what they were talking about. Just stopped and looked at me. I was like, what? Josh was like, you're 6-1? I was like, yeah. Boyd was like, you're 6-1. DeMarcus was just like so happy for me, and you know, DeMarcus is a great guy. DeMarcus, if you're seeing this, I love you, buddy. DeMarcus was really happy for me. Jarvis was really happy for me. Everyone was, you know, and so we chat a little bit more and kind of hung out, and we went back to the hotel room. Josh was on the phone with Cade, and Cade was asking how we were doing. I think Josh was doing kind of decent. Michael was really happy for me too. Michael was extremely happy for me. I forgot Michael. I feel horrible. I'm sorry, buddy, but Michael was getting some bad matchups all day. Like, he was playing a spread deck, and he would either get a fighting deck. His weakness was fighting. He was playing Tyranitar Prime, or he would get a Manectric. They would have a Manectric in their deck, not the EX, but the old school. I think it was like the Platinum one that basically had Mr. Mime's ability, but you can only damage Manectric. So he just had bad matchups all day. But you know, Michael was real happy for me, and in the hotel, you know, Josh was talking to Cade, and he's like, yeah. I'm this and this, Michael's this and this, my dad's just walking around, you know, having a good time, Dylan's 6-1, and he starts to go say something else, he goes, no, yeah, I said 6-1. and I could kind of hear Kate on the phone, which was I thought was so funny. And you know, I didn't know at the time because of the new player thing. I don't think I really touched upon this, but you know, I didn't know I was pretty much guaranteed a top cut spot. Like pretty much, like unless you know some crazy stuff just happened. You know, it was bad. But like basically the only deck I lost to on day one was Lux Chomp, which was like basically the best deck in the format. And so day two, I played against another Lux Chomp because we did 7 rounds on day one, and then we did the final. I think we did the next 2 rounds on day 2, and then the top cut. So I had 2 rounds on the second day, and I actually lost both of them unfortunately, but they were really close games. They were against the best decks in the format. The only deck that beat me was Lux Chomp. So I basically got Chatterlocked. If you guys don't know what that is, just like look it up. I'm pretty sure you'll find it. It involves Spiritomb and Chatot. But you know, it was a really close game, and so you know, skipping forward, my stomach's feeling a little better. I think that's why I started losing. You know, I should have had some more biscuits and gravy. Should have had some more. But Josh and me were walking over, even because you know they posted up standings and everything. Josh walks over and he goes, "Hey man, you're in." And like, I didn't really know Josh that well, which was funny because I like grabbed him and like picked him up and hugged him, and yeah, that was probably really awkward for him. But yeah. So yeah, I got top cut. I was really happy, and I think I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. I actually was in line for top cut, and I met Jay Witz. Jay Witz was in line, talking and stuff like that. I think he was anyway. I don't know. It's been a long time. I'm pretty sure that was him in line. But so you know, I was talking to a lot of guys and stuff in line that I never met. You know, like that's what you do at Pokemon events. You know, try to talk to people you don't know that well, because you usually meet some pretty cool people. And round 1 of the top cut, I went against a Lux Chomp deck, and it was like a back and forth game. I think I won game 1, he won game 2, and then I won game 3. And so I got into the next the next spot of it. So I was like, cool, I beat a Lux Chomp. That's awesome. So now I'm in like the top like 129. I'm like a 128, something like that. I can't really remember. But what did I get? I got top 128 or top 64 or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, so next round I went against another Lux Chomp deck. It's the same. Actually, no, he won game 1. I squeezed by and won game 2. And in game 3, like I knocked out his legend Pokemon. I think it was like Entei Raikou Legend. And guys, whenever you roll the dice, put emphasis into it. Because he knocked out one of my Gengars. You know Gengar? It's got Fainting Spell. I got one right here. I thought, yeah. This guy. Right here. So, I just picked up the dice and just rolled it. I didn't even care. If I would have put emphasis in it and rolled it, probably would have got me that game right there. But that wasn't the big thing that happened actually that game. This is something that I tell people about whenever I'm talking about like spirit of the game or being a fair player. We actually went to sudden death, and I think I had something. He had like an Azel for something active, and he had the game won next turn. Like he had it won next turn. I had to win this turn. So I think I played a Uxie down, and I was supposed to set up for 4, which is Uxie has set up. You draw till you have 7 cards in your hand. So I played Uxie down, and I drew 1 extra too many, just 1 extra, and it was a Gengar. And that's what I needed to win the game right there. Well, he was like, "Oh man," he goes, "Well, I guess you win." So he's like, he starts picking up his cards. Like he picked up his cards off the table. And you know, a lot of people have said both things. They said you're an idiot for doing that. You're really stupid. And then there's people who said that's really awesome that you did that. You know, I'll let you guys make your mind up on this one. You know, I know there's people out there with different opinions and, you know, all that, but, you know, it is what it is. So, I told him, I said, no, man. I said, hold on. I was like, I picked up 1 too many. I was like, I'm sorry about that. I said, you win. His cards, he had his entire deck back in his hand. Okay? He had his entire deck back in his hand. Okay? Like, he picked up everything, and he was holding his deck. And I said, you win, man. I said there's no way I could have won that turn. I said had it gone to you, you would have won, and I gave him the win. I did. I'm pretty sure a lot of you sitting there going, you freaking moron. But, you know, guys, that's the kind of player that I was, you know, I guess molded into because of the people I've been involved with at my league and everything. But, you know, I will do that every time, regardless. You know I was in top cut. I was, you know, I could have probably went really far into the tournament. I really think I could have, because I was just absolutely on point that day with how I was playing. But, I mean, he picked up his card, so technically he scooped, and, you know, everything was going. I had the match, but I gave it to him. And he looked at me. He's like, "Are you sure, man?" He said, "You won." Sorry. He said, "You won." He goes, "I picked up my cards. I didn't realize." I was like, "Dude, you got it." So I shook his hand. I said, "Good luck to you, man." And I picked up my stuff, signed my slip. I went over, told the guys, I was like, "Man, I lost." I told them what happened, and Boyd was really proud of me. Michael's really proud of me. Josh was really proud of me. You know, I felt like that was the best tournament of my life, and you know, it's one that I definitely stand by. It's one that I'm very proud of. One that I'll keep in my memories forever. And yeah, you know, we just kind of hung out for the rest of the day, and you know, yeah, it sucked. You know that I lost, but you know, I went into 8-mans, and you know, and I won some packs. You know, that was cool. Then we went home. We went back to the hotel, packed up, got back in the car, and we went home. You know, and I had a big congratulations thing when I got back, when I went to the first league after the Nationals. It was really cool. So yeah, you know, that was my first Nationals experience. Possibly the best one of my life. Little did I know the one afterwards would suck. If you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, it's the Nationals warning video. I think it's under like the random playlist. Go check that out. It's a long vlog too, but it's one that you guys should probably check out. It's really informative, I think. But you know, it was a really awesome tournament. You know, there were some ups and downs to it. You know, the fact that like I had like the world's most rotten biscuits and gravy ever, and then you know I did really good. Excuse me. I took 3 prizes in one game with Gengar. You know, back when EXs weren't even around. The only thing that was around was Legends and Extra Belt. You know, but I don't think he didn't. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. So guys, I want to say thank you for watching. You know, basically after you know I said, you know, you win, there really wasn't anything else like really that interesting to talk about. But I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and give it a thumbs up if you want to. That's up to you. Of course, you know I love you. And guys, this is Epic Pokemon TCG signing out.